Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are doing good. So today I will discuss about a topic, agricultural topic, that is photosynthesis. So all you know, photosynthesis is a very important process without which the any further processes in the plant cannot be occurred. So let us discuss about this topic. So photosynthesis is nothing but it is a physiological process, and photo means light, synthesis means building block. Okay, so photosynthesis is a light dependent process in which building up of materials like carbohydrate in the form of starch or in the form of glucose will be produced, and this is called as photosynthetic products or photosynthetes, or in another words you can says assimilates. Okay, and how it is prepared? It is prepared by the green parts of the plants, that is basically the leaves. And what happens, within the leaves different photosynthetic pigments are there, so that pigments actually trap the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy. And not only the solar energy will be required, but also carbon dioxide, water will also be used as a input material in the photosynthesis process. So what is the definition? Photosynthesis is a physiological process in which carbohydrate is synthesized or produced by aerial green parts of the plant by trapping the solar energy, taking carbon dioxide from atmosphere and water from the soil. So carbon dioxide will be taken from the atmosphere and water will be carried out from the soil, and this solar energy will be trapped by the photosynthetic pigments, as I have already told that. And always remember, the about 90% of entire photosynthesis is carried out by the marine algae. Marine algae is one type of aquatic algae, and as you know, in the photosynthesis process carbon dioxide is utilized and oxygen will be liberated. So if you compare photosynthesis and respiration, so in photosynthesis what happens, oxygen is liberated or produced, and in respiration oxygen is consumed or utilized. So if we compare their ratios, the ratio of oxygen liberated in photosynthesis is 10 part, whereas the oxygen consumed in respiration is 1 part. So their ratio in photosynthesis in respiration is 10 is to 1 part. And with this, photosynthesis is basically an oxidation reduction process where water is oxidized to oxygen and carbon dioxide is reduced to glucose or any other form of carbohydrate. Then reaction of photosynthesis are written here like below, that 6 molecules of carbon dioxide plus 12 molecules of water, it will produce 1 molecule of glucose, C6H12O6. This is the chemical formula of means glucose. And here you can see 6 molecules of oxygen will be liberated and 6 molecules of water will be liberated. And whatever be the product of photosynthesis, they are actually often stored in the form of starch, and this starch is nothing but the glucose polymer. So these are the reactants, that is carbon dioxide and water, and these are the products, that is glucose and oxygen and water. Then importance of photosynthesis. Why photosynthesis is important? As you know, in photosynthesis the plant makes their own food. Okay, and after preparing their own food, they will deliver that food from the leaf part to the other ends of the plant. Other end means either root, either fruit and flower and other young leaves. Okay, so that other metabolic activities will be carried out smoothly. So photosynthesis is the most fundamental process which is very essential for the continued existence of life, and it is the only method in which The plants not only manufacture their own food but also they donate to the huge community of heterotrophic plant and animals. Heterotrophic means which cannot prepare their own food. Listen, all the plants cannot prepare their own food. Some plants are there which depend upon another plants for their food. So these green plants not only autotrophic in nature, that is not only make their own food, but also they provide to the human life, animal life, and also to the other plants. Hence it is called as all flesh is grass. So here flesh means animals and grass means the total plant. So as the animals are dependent upon the plant, it is called as all flesh is grass. Then these photosynthetic products not only build up the bodies of the organism but also provide the energy for carrying out metabolic activities and different types of movement. And the chemical energy which is present in the organic food, actually this chemical energy is nothing but is the converted form of solar energy. As I have already told that the photosynthetic pigments trap the solar energy and this solar energy is converted to chemical energy. So this chemical energy are present in the organic food materials. Hence it is called as all life is bottled sunshine. So in this way means photosynthesis also provides raw materials for respiration, that is oxygen. So in this way it is very important. Then let's discuss about what are the different raw materials of photosynthesis. So four basic raw materials of photosynthesis are there. Number one is hydrogen donor, number two is carbon dioxide, number three is photosynthetic pigment, and number four is light. So let us discuss one by one. So the first raw material for photosynthesis is hydrogen donor. Here water acts as a hydrogen donor, means who donates hydrogen. So in photosynthesis water will be dissociated or there will be breakdown of water and the hydrogen in the form of proton, okay, and oxygen and electron will be liberated. But in case of some sulfur bacteria, instead of water, hydrogen sulfide, that is H2S, will be act as a hydrogen donor. So here you can see H2S will be dissociated into 2H and S. 2H means this is the proton part or hydrogen part. Okay. Then second raw material for photosynthesis is carbon dioxide. So as you know, carbon dioxide basically comes from atmosphere, and you know the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is 0.03% or 0.04%. Sometimes it varies. So this bulk of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere diffuse into the leaves through stomata, and these stomata are very microscopic minute structures which are present within the leaf epidermis or in the epidermal surface of the leaf layers. And from stomata this carbon dioxide it diffuses into the intercellular spaces and then enters into the mesophyll cells in a dissolved state. So what happens in the mesophyll cells, the carbonic anhydrase, which is an enzyme, catalyzes the dissolution of carbon dioxide. So it reacts the carbon dioxide with water, and in the presence of this carbonic anhydrase enzyme, HCO3 minus and H plus will be liberated. Okay. Then another raw material which is used for photosynthesis is photosynthetic pigments. So before going to photosynthetic pigments, let us discuss about photosynthetic apparatus. So what is photosynthetic apparatus means? Photosynthetic materials in which photosynthesis takes place. So chloroplast is the only organelle within the plant body in which photosynthesis takes place. So chloroplast in green plants constitute the photosynthetic apparatus, or you can say chloroplast is called as photosynthetic organelle. Okay, and this chloroplast in higher plants basically disc shaped. I will show you later the figure of the chloroplast. So chloroplasts are the disc shaped, and number of chloroplasts per cell varies from species to species and tissues to tissues. It has been seen that in higher plants per cell 100 to 150 chloroplasts are present, and this is the chemical composition of chloroplast as you can see. Okay, so protein 40 to 50%, phospholipid 25 to 30%, RNA present 5% in chloroplast, chlorophyll is present 5 to 10% in chloroplast, and carotenoids are present 1 to 2%, and DNA is present in a very small amount or small fragments, or you can say very trace amounts. Then this is the ultrastructure of chloroplast. As I have already told you, you can see here the chloroplast, these are some disc shapes. These discs are called nothing but thylakoid. Okay, so when these means discs are put one over another, these are called as thylakoid, and the means composition of the all the thylakoids is called as grana or granum, and the space between this thylakoid and grana is called a stroma. So this grana, stroma, thylakoid, all are some structures of the or some part of the chloroplast. Then photosynthetic pigments. So another or third raw material for photosynthesis is photosynthetic pigments. Basically three types of photosynthetic pigments are there. Number one is chlorophyll, number two is carotenoid, and number three is phycobilins. So chlorophyll, let us first discuss. So chlorophyll is the main photosynthetic pigments which is present in chloroplast, and if chlorophyll is absent, then no photosynthesis will be carried out. Okay, so mainly five types of chlorophyll are there: chlorophyll A, B, C, D, E, but here I have given only the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B because these two chlorophylls are the major chlorophyll. Okay, no doubt other chlorophylls are also needed, but the chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B are the major types of chlorophyll. Here you can see the molecular formula of chlorophyll A, that is C55H72O5N4Mg, and the chlorophyll B formula is C55H7O6N4Mg. So you can see in every chlorophyll one magnesium atom is there, N4 4 nitrogen atom is there, and this carbon, hydrogen and oxygen atom varies from chlorophyll to chlorophyll. Okay, but in each chlorophyll one magnesium atom and four nitrogen atoms are must present. And the basic difference between this chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B is, in chlorophyll A methyl group is present, and in chlorophyll B formyl or aldehyde group is present. I will show you in the next slide in the figure so that you can easily understand. Then carotenoid. So carotenoid is also means one of the photosynthetic pigments. Carotenoid is, its chemical formula is C40H56 and its color is orange in color. Then another carotenoid is xanthophyll. So one carotenoid is carotene, another carotenoid is xanthophylls. So xanthophyll is nothing but this is the oxidized part of carotene. It means you can see the formula of carotene and xanthophyll both are same, that is C40H56, only additional two molecules of oxygen is added to the xanthophyll, so hence it is called as xanthophyll is the oxidized carotene. Then comes to phycobilins. So phycobilins are basically three types. Number one is phycocyanine, phycoerythrin and allophycocyanine. So phycocyanine is blue in color and it absorbs red light, whereas phycoerythrin is red in color and it absorbs blue light. And allophycocyanine is blue in color which absorbs red light. Okay. Here you can see the basic structure of the means chlorophyll. As I have told that one magnesium atom and four nitrogen atoms are there. This is the structure of chlorophyll. Okay, and this first part or the topmost part is called head portion, porphyrin head, and the last part is called as tail portion. Okay, so here you can see an R is present. R means it can vary, either it can CH3 or CHO. So in chlorophyll A it is methyl or CH3, in chlorophyll B it is aldehyde. Then these are some of the chemical structure of chlorophylls you can see here or understand from this figure. This is the porphyrin head, and at the head region this is the CH3 part, this is chlorophyll A, and in the chlorophyll B this is the aldehyde part, it is chlorophyll B. And carotenoids and phycobilins also have the structural formula or chemical structure. Then comes to the fourth raw material, which is called as light. So light is very important for photosynthesis. Without light, photosynthesis cannot be occurred. So here is the electromagnetic spectrum, and here is the visible light, that is 400 nanometer to 740 nanometer, and also X-ray, gamma rays, UV rays, all are there. And here in the right side of the figure, it is the absorption spectrum. You can see in this graph the rate of photosynthesis or the rate of absorption is high, is blue light. Okay, so the rate of photosynthesis is highest in blue light, and you can see here it is very lowest in green light. So rate of photosynthesis is highest in blue light and lowest in green light. Always remember this. Then photosystem, different types of photosystems are there. Basically photo means pigment or pigment means photo. So two types of pigment systems are there in the process of photosynthesis. Number one is pigment system 1 and pigment system 2. So here I have means wrongly written the pigment system 1, it will be only pigment system. So here pigment system 1 and pigment system 2 are present. So in pigment system 1, the reaction center is P700. So P for pigment, 700 means at 700 nanometer the absorbance will be occurred. Likewise in pigment system 2, P for pigment, and here at 680 nanometer the pigment system or the absorbance will occur. Then mechanism of photosynthesis. Mechanism of photosynthesis, so basically two types of mechanisms are there. Number one is light reaction and number two is dark reaction. So what is light reaction? Which light reaction means this phase of photosynthesis occurs in the presence of light. It means light is must for this phase. And dark reaction is here light is not required or mandatory. It can occur without the presence of light. So this light reaction is also called as Hill reaction because the scientist Hill has discovered it, and this dark reaction is called as Blackman's reaction because the scientist Blackman has invented it. Then the light reaction is has different types of reactions, that is cyclic photophosphorylation, non-cyclic photophosphorylation, and dark reactions has different types of reactions, that is C3 cycle or Kelvin cycle, C4 cycle or H and Slack cycle, then CAM cycle or crassulaceous acid metabolism cycle. Let us talk one by one. So number one is cyclic photophosphorylation. So cyclic photophosphorylation, here as I have already told that two pigment systems are there, pigment system 1 or pigment system 2. So in cyclic photophosphorylation only pigment system 1 is involved, that is P700. So light absorbance is there and the chlorophyll molecule will be carried out by electron and 2 carried out by X factor. It may be any factor. Then it will be carried out to FASB center. Then from FASB center it will carried out to cytochrome B563. Then from cytochrome B563 it will carried out to cytochrome F. And in this step 1 ATP molecules will be produced from ADP and inorganic phosphate. Then from cytochrome F it will again move to the reaction center. As it occurs in a cyclic manner, hence it is called as cyclic photophosphorylation. Then move to non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Here, two reactions and both the reaction centers are involved. That is reaction center 1 and reaction center 2. And the reaction starts from reaction center 2, that is P680. So here photolysis of water occurs. Photolysis of water means breakdown of water with the presence of light. So when light absorbance will be occurred, the water will be broken down into hydrogen and oxygen, and electron will also be released, and this chlorophyll molecule will be carried out to Q, means quinone. Then from quinone it will move to PQ, means plastoquinone. Then from PQ it will move from to cytochrome F. At this step one ATP will be released from cytochrome F to plastocyanine. Then from plastocyanine it will go to the reaction center 1. Then from reaction center 1 it will go to the X factor, then to ferredoxin. FD means ferredoxin. Then finally it will be produced to reducing power, that is NADPH, in the presence of enzyme NADPH reductase. One more thing I would like to say, you can say or you can see the whole reaction is like a Z structure, starting from this to this, then to this. So this reaction is also called as Z scheme. So the light reaction is over, then comes to the dark reaction. So in dark reaction we will first discuss about C3 cycle. So C3 cycle, this cycle occur in basically C3 plants. What are the C3 plants? For example, rice, wheat, and many of these cereals. These are the examples of C3 plant. It is also called as Kelvin-Benson cycle due to the name of the scientist. So this reaction starts here, that is 6 carbon dioxide, okay, will be added to some unstable product or unstable factor, and it will produce ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. 6 molecules of ribulose 1,5 biphosphate. Then this ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is converted to 3-phosphoglyceric acid, and this 3-phosphoglyceric acid is the first stable product of C3 cycle, and it is produced 12 in number, 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceric acid. Then 3-phosphoglyceric acid will be converted to 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid. Then 1,3-diphosphoglyceric acid is converted to 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. Then this 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde will be formed in 12 numbers. So out of 12 number of molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, 2 molecules will form ribulose 5-phosphate or ribose 5-phosphate. 5 molecules will form dihydroxyacetone. 3 molecules will form fructose 1,6-diphosphate, and 2 molecules will form xylulose 5-phosphate. So you can see here 2 plus 5 equal to 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 2 12. So 12 molecules of 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde will form different products. Then all the products will be pointed to the one thing, and the last product is ribulose biphosphate. So finally this ribulose biphosphate again form to ribulose 1,5 biphosphate, and this is a very complicated reaction. Then comes to C4 cycle. It is also called as H and Slack cycle due to the name of the scientist. Okay, and this type of cycle is basically carried out in C4 plants. The example of C4 plants are sugarcane, then monocot grasses, likewise. And this type of plants have a specialized anatomical structure. Specialized anatomical structure means they have both mesophyll cell and bundle sheath cell. This bundle sheath cell is not present in all the plants, only present in C4 plants. So let's see the reactions. So the atmospheric carbon dioxide will be first added to the oxaloacetate, and it will form phosphoenol pyruvate. Then the phosphoenol pyruvate will be formed to pyruvate, and this reaction will be carried out in bundle sheath cell. Likewise, the oxaloacetate is also converted to malate, and this malate will be converted to means pyruvate, and this reaction is also carried out in the bundle sheath cell, and whatever be the carbon dioxide will be released at the last step, that carbon dioxide will go to the or utilized in the Kelvin cycle. Then the last cycle in the dark reaction is crystallization acid metabolism cycle, and this cycle is carried out in the calm plants, that is for example pineapple, or you can see the desert plants. And the one peculiar character or specialization of these calm plants is that generally in normal plants the stomata open in daytime and closes in nighttime, but in calm plants the anatomical features is like that the stomata open in daytime and closes in nighttime. Sorry, the stomata opens in nighttime and closes in daytime. So the reverse process in the as compared to the normal plants. So let us see what are the different reactions. So first, at night time when stomata opens, so at night time the triose phosphate which is present is a form of starch. This starch will be converted to phosphoenol pyruvate. Then phosphoenol pyruvate is converted into oxaloacetate. Then oxaloacetate is converted into mallate, and this mallate will converted into malic acid finally in the vacuole. But in the reverse reaction that occurs in the daytime, that malic acid is converted into mallate, mallate is converted into pyruvate and carbon dioxide. This pyruvate is stored in the in the form of starch, and this carbon dioxide is utilized in the Kelvin cycle. So these are the reactions of photosynthesis or mechanism of photosynthesis. I hope you all will understand, and if you have any doubt, you can tell me in the comment section also. So thank you everyone.